Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're doing my March favorites. I'm going to be sharing with you all the stuff that I have been using on repeat for the past month or so. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and let's go ahead and jump right in. Alright, so first let's talk about these brushes. These are by the brand Royal & Lang Nickel. Hopefully I'm saying that somewhat correctly, who knows, but I've actually been trying out quite a few of these brushes by them, and these are from the Moda line. I believe they're all synthetic. I think they're all synthetic and they are cruelty-free, I'm pretty sure. But out of all the ones that I've had the opportunity to try, these two have been my favorite. And so the first one is the contour brush. It looks like that. Super soft bristles. And I've actually been using this not for contour, but for under eye setting. And for some reason, it just applies the perfect lightweight veil of powder under the eyes, and it doesn't add too much where it gets like cakey or, you know, caked up under there. It's just perfect. It really does truly just deliver the perfect amount of powder under there to set the concealer in place. I personally haven't used this for contour yet, but I'm sure it would be, you know, great for that as well. And the other brush that I've been enjoying is the Highlight and Glow. Looks like that. And this brush is perfect for highlight. It's what I've been using it for. It's the perfect shape to just kind of dip in the highlighting product and just pop on the high points of your face. I do believe these are available at Walmart and probably other retailers as well. But of course I will link them where you can get them online on the Royal Lang Nickel. What is it? Royal & Lang Nickel website, and they actually gave me a 20% off coupon code, so if you do order online you can get 20% off, and these are already very affordable, so I would definitely say they're comparable to Real Techniques brushes, but I feel like these are even a little bit more price sensitive, especially if you use the 20% off coupon. My next favorite is probably going to be a huge shocker. I'm sure none of you have heard about it before, but it is the RCMA powder. Just kidding. Everybody's been talking about this, and of course, monkey see, monkey do. I had to get it for myself. It's the original no color powder, and the brand is RCMA. I know this has been really hard to come by. I actually was disappointed because I had to wait a while to get my hands on it as well. But I've been using this since I got it to set my entire face, to set my face with it. I set my under eye concealer. I actually use that brush I use these two to set under the eyes. I cannot talk. It's one of those days where my brain just ain't working with me, so please bear with me. So yeah, what everybody says about this is right on. I love it. It is so finely milled, and it truly is colorless once it applies on the skin, so it doesn't alter the shade of your foundation, or it doesn't make it oxidize or anything. It is just wonderful stuff, and it's so smooth under the eye area. You guys know that I have really dry, crepey under eyes, and this is so satisfying under there. It's just perfection. Now, I purchased mine at Friends. I think it's Friends Beauty, F-R-E-N-D-S, and I was able to use a coupon, so I think it was 10% off, and then I had to pay shipping. So I think I paid like $11 with shipping for it, so not a bad price. You get 3 ounces. It's an amazing deal, amazing bang for your buck. The one downside, just like everybody talks about, is the packaging. You know, it's like a salt shaker, like a seasoning little shaker, and it's just messy. But I don't really mind that. Well, I do mind it, but for me, loose powders in general are really freaking messy. And I'm just a messy person, so whatever. I think what I need to do is just bring down a Bath & Body Works 3-wick candle lid and just flip that over and use that as like a bigger palette, just so it's easier to work with that way. But what I've been doing is just kind of sprinkling it in the cap and working out of the cap, which the cap's not very big. So I think I might just do that with the candle lid and call it a day. My next favorite is probably safe to say my absolute favorite Wham Bam In Your Face Full Coverage Foundation. It's the Estee Lauder Double Wear Maximum Cover Camouflage Makeup for Face and Body. Long name. I have mine in the shade 1 in 3 Creamy Vanilla, which is the lightest shade they offer. It's not my perfect match, but I will talk about the shade and how I get it to match my skin in just a second. But this foundation is like legit, no joke, full flawless coverage. I like to apply it either with a damp beauty blender, and that will kind of sheer out the coverage a little bit. It's also absolutely beautiful and easy to apply with a buffing brush, like a foundation buffing brush. It's good stuff. So hard for me to find a full coverage foundation that's satisfying on my dry skin because a lot of them are really thick. And this is kind of a thick consistency, but it's so satisfying on my dry skin. It does not accentuate fine lines, wrinkles, dry patches, whatever. So beautiful, so good. Now on a day-to-day basis, I honestly don't need or don't prefer a full coverage foundation, but I've been using this so much just because I've been having some discoloration like on the outer perimeters of my face. Like, I don't even know if you guys can even see. Hopefully you can't, so hopefully this did its job, but I think it's from being pregnant, just like dark pigment, whatever, on the outside of my face. And so just to kind of conceal that and bring the skin tone like more uniform to like one tone, that's why I've been reaching for the full coverage foundation. This is the fullest coverage foundation that I have found to work beautifully on my dry skin. The finish is beautiful too. It's kind of a satin finish. It's not flat matte, it's not dewy. I definitely would describe it as like a satin finish. Another thing that's amazing about this is that it's long wear. It's the double wear. So you can put it on at like 7 o'clock in the morning, take it off at midnight the same night, and it will look just as beautiful as it did when you applied it. You can probably even sleep in this. I don't recommend it, but it will probably look good when you woke up the next day. Now the downside to this foundation is the shade range. I think they only have 5 or 6 shades to choose from in the whole line of the Double Wear Maximum Cover, which totally sucks. And like I mentioned, I have the lightest shade, Creamy Vanilla, and it's just too dark for my skin. So that's why I mix in white foundation, and I've been using kind of both of these back and forth. I just wanted to give you guys a couple recommendations or a couple options if you're looking for a white foundation in general. It's a good thing to have if you're fair because you can really cocktail and customize any foundation if it's too dark for you. And so this one is the Face and Body by MAC. It's in the white shade. The other one is from the Body Shop, and it's the shade Adjusting Drops, the lightening ones. Basically, this is just like a white kind of foundation product, and it looks like that. And this one also comes, if you're curious, in the darkening one. I think it's called darkening. It's basically like a brown. It's the same thing, but like a brown color, so you can darken, you know, foundations or whatever. So yeah, I've just been kind of switching off using a combination of those three together and really love it for full coverage. So next, let's talk about the eyeshadow palette that I cannot stop wearing. I don't think I'm alone with the obsession. It's the Too Faced Peanut Butter and Jelly palette that looks like that. It's just darling. You open it up and it has these really beautiful kind of warm tone browns and a couple kicks of purple. And if you didn't get the memo, it actually smells like peanut butter. It's not overwhelming or anything. It's just it's really delightful. Makes me kind of hungry when I smell it. But anyway, love this palette. I think it's like a perfect palette for fall, but it's also perfect for spring because you can really get some beautiful, like fresh, peachy looks out of it. And so I've been wearing this every time that I've worn eyeshadow since I got it, and I just can't stop wearing it. It definitely, if you like eyeshadows and you don't mind, you know, having more than you'll probably ever need to use up, I definitely recommend this, and I would say you need it. And I think it's limited edition, so grab it before it's gone. So my next favorite is this Becca. It's called the Backlight Targeted Color Corrector in this red shade. It's Papaya is the shade name. And I use this for under eye color correction, and I'm shocked that it works on my fair skin. I was skeptical before I bought this because I just didn't think it would work because I'm so fair and it's freaking red, right? Look at that. It's pigmented, but it works. Somehow it works and really does neutralize and color correct and just brighten up the under eyes. You cannot tell that I have a red under my eyes. Can you? I mean, I don't think you can. If you're not familiar with how to use a color corrector, well, specifically the one for under the eyes, this is how I do it. I basically just apply my eye cream, my Bobbi Brown eye cream that I always use, and then I go in with this, and I'm pretty generous. I just put it like an upside down triangle under my eye, and then I go in with a concealer and then blend everything together, and it just blends out like perfect. It erases the discoloration. It's freaking magical. I don't know. It's just color theory, but it is pretty magical and it's awesome. So definitely love that. It's so creamy. Don't have any issues with it making the under eyes dry or crepey or cakey looking, and it's just, I'm so glad that I found it. All right guys, so those are my March favorites. I don't think I had a whole lot of stuff to talk about, but true to myself, I just ramble on and go too into depth about why I love each product. So hopefully you guys enjoyed and you guys know what to do. Leave your favorites down below so I can check those out if I haven't already. And yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.